Hi traders, this is Taylor from thetradinganalyst.com, and today I go through a process every week and I go through all the sectors of the stock market, specifically in the S&P 500 and a few outside of that, to get a real good idea of where the market is, where I think it's heading, how it's reacting to levels, and so on and such forth. The idea is to give you a more broad picture of the market rather than just looking at one index like the S&P or the Dow or the NASDAQ. But first, if you're not already a member, go ahead and check out the website www.thetradinganalyst.com, and you can get to know us a little bit better and see if the membership is something that you'd be interested in. You can scroll through the site and see all the different services that you will be able to take advantage of as a member. You can also see what our current members are saying about the membership. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you can choose one of the membership options, whichever one suits your personal needs. All right, so let's get into these charts here. First is the XLP. XLP, I want to look at a couple things. So let's take a more broad picture here. You can see that we are in an uptrend. You don't need a trend line to see that. We're making higher highs, higher lows. That's what an uptrend is, okay? So we're holding this uptrend. We've got a bounce here, here, and here. And notice where we bounce from twice. Here and here, a couple times right there. Well, we bounced from this previous resistance. There's resistance here, 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 here. Finally, we broke over that, retested it successfully once, retested it successfully twice, and now it looks like we are pulling away from that resistance level. What you want to look for is a break over this downtrend line and also above these highs right here. So above about 55.15 or so, that's what you want a close over in order to see a move higher in the XLP. So definitely a stronger sector right here, and I think it's going to be heading higher. Let's look at the next one. All right, so the next one here is XLV. XLV, let's kind of zoom out so you can see the big picture here. So you can see that this level right here, right where we're at, about $72, was big time resistance, lot of resistance. Here we go, another rejection. Finally, we broke over that resistance level right here. Now look at where we're at. We're coming down and we're retesting this area, okay? Another thing to point out here is this volume by price bar. It's this gray bar right here, and this is the biggest volume by price bar on the chart, and that is significant. Volume by price is a volume at a certain price level, and this is where the most volume has been traded on this time frame of the chart within the last 2 years of trading on XLV. So now that we're above that level, that means we're above the biggest support zone. Well, it was resistance, and now it's support, okay? So more than likely, this chart is going to see a bounce. We've also got this uptrend line right here, 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 and we're coming up to this level right here. We've also got the upward sloping 200-day moving average, which is that red line right there. On the upside, we still have resistance from these highs over here at 77, but keep in mind, it's not as much resistance at this point as this was, okay? This was a big, big level, and we broke over it, okay? So 77, that's resistance, and above that, we're pretty much all clear. So let's go to the next chart, XLU. And XLU, a couple things I want to point out, okay? For one, we're right here at this larger volume by price bar. It's not the largest on the chart. The largest is down here, but it is the largest near us, okay? So the next largest one is down here. So this is a pretty decent level to be at right here. we've also got a couple of other things. We've got this uptrend line right here meeting us right here. We've also got this uptrend line, touch here, 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 meeting us right there. We also have what looks like a potential falling wedge pattern as well. So here's the lower end of the falling wedge. Here's the top side of the falling wedge. Now it looks like it's a little, it could be a little premature. It could want to go a little bit lower just because the bottom of the falling wedge hasn't developed a ton. But really on a short-term basis, you want to see the lows of last week hold in order for it to head higher. If we can break outside of this falling wedge pattern, we can definitely see a lot of upside on the XLU. If it breaks these lows, we're most likely going to be headed down to the 200-day moving average and test that, as we haven't tested it since we broke over it over here. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, so XLY. Let's scroll out to see a big picture. So we're at some big time resistance just above 81, about $82, let's call it, just to give us a nice round number. Resistance here, here, and the last month or so, we've been trading sideways against it. Couldn't really break over that level. So a very significant level here. So if we can get a close over 82, we should see some nice upside in this XLY sector. On the downside, we have support at $80. And then we've got support down here at the 200-day moving average. We broke over this, and I'll zoom in a little bit. We broke over this downtrend line, as you can see right here. So that's going to act as support. And I'm going to go ahead and extend it here in case we end up breaking those lows and coming back and retesting it. It's also going to be right by the 200-day moving average as well. Another thing that I want to point out here is the larger volume by price bars down here. So we are above the largest volume by price bars, so we are above the biggest resistance levels. So now that is support. All right, let's move on to the next sector. Now XLK, this is one of my favorite sectors at the moment. Technology sector. Well, I'll just zoom out here so you can see this. Okay, so we are above huge resistance. Okay, you can see all this volume by price bars right here. A lot of resistance. You can see price getting rejected many times around $45. We broke beyond that, and you can see how we saw a nice breakout. Okay, and now we're consolidating sideways. You can see how much resistance was in this way. A lot of resistance, a lot of sideways trading action, and we could not break over about $45. We broke over that. That is huge. Now, we came up here to the more recent action right here, and you can see that we were just digesting these gains. Okay, you have to understand that trends are more likely to continue than they are to reverse. Okay, so that's where the higher probability trades are. So you want to look right here. We're trading in a box. Right here, to me, it looks like we're breaking outside of this box. We closed just 1 cent over this candle right here. 47.34 was this close right here, and this was the close on Friday, was 47.35. So we're a cent above that. A gap up is bullish, so we close over this box. If we hold this $47.25 level on a closing basis again on Monday, I expect an explosive move on the technology sector of the S&Ps. All right, let's look at the next. Now this is the financials, XLF. And XLF still has a lot of work to do. It's very constructive for higher prices, but you have to understand, same thing works. You know, this is a very thick area of trading. You can just see how much sideways trading action was here, and you can see that by the volume by price bars. Very thick in this range, okay? So, yes, we're most likely going to be heading higher, but you want to see this $25 level break before really confirming that move higher. At least that's what I'm looking for personally. On the downside, we have support at about 23.80. As you can see, it was resistance here, 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 and then we finally broke over it right there. But just above us, we've still got resistance just below $25. About $24.90 or so is going to be that bigger resistance. And then above that, and I'm going to draw it for you right there, we've got resistance at about $25.50. So definitely looks constructive. We broke over the 200-day moving average. We're over this downtrend line. We have an uptrend line right here. We have an uptrend right here. Low, higher low, and then we're making higher highs right here. So definitely constructive, but we have to be realistic and notice all the resistance that we have still above us. All right, now to energy, XLE. So constructive here as well, but again, we're still below major resistance, okay? So as you can see, the lows here, January 2015, a lot of touches right there, so that was big time support, okay? Another bounce, similar level up there, here, and then we finally broke through these levels right here. You can see that now we came back, retested, rejected, again another retest, here, and we keep on getting rejected. So you can tell that this is a key level here for XLE. We've got support from this uptrend line right here, and we're right at this level. So definitely constructive look, but just understand we are below a lot of resistance. So you want to be with the strongest sectors, and right now, at this current moment, XLE still has a lot of work to do. So some individual names in XLE are definitely breaking out at this moment, so it can break out, but definitely some other stronger sectors to be in. This has a nice look here, kind of a complex inverse head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, or you can call it maybe a cup and handle formation. If you're a purist, you might not consider that a cup and handle, just because it's not as rounded, but regardless, we have a constructive look to it, but still a lot of work to do, and you can tell that this 70-50 level is going to be a key level. Another thing too is that even if we break this 70-50 level, we've still got a ton of resistance up above, and you can see that by the volume by price bar right here, and you can see that by all these price rejections at this level over here. So about $82 is going to be where that next major resistance level is. Obviously, $10, $12 above us if we break over 70-40. So that's a pretty decent gain right there. But just be aware of these levels if you're trading or investing in the XLE sector. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Again, remember, if you're not already a member and you like what you saw in the video and all the other videos that we do, go ahead and feel free to reach out, ask any questions that you might have. If you're satisfied, go ahead and sign up with one of the membership options, either the monthly access or the lifetime access, whichever one suits your needs. Have a great day, and I'll see you next time.